He's a white boy who can shoot like a marksman, pass like a wizard, and dominate like a king. He's a unique player who's being compared to one of the greatest legends of all time. He's a future star, already attracting attention from every college and NBA scout. Who is he? He is a kid who is breaking stereotypes and barriers with his game. A kid who might be the next Larry Bird. That's right, I'm talking about Cooper Flagg, the 6'8" shooting guard who was lighting up the high school scene. Now, you may be wondering, who is Larry Bird? Well, let me give you a quick history lesson. Larry Bird was a legend in the 80s and 90s, playing for the Boston Celtics. He was a 3-time NBA champion, a 3-time MVP, and a 12-time All-Star, and one of the best shooters ever. He was also one of the few white superstars in a league dominated by black players. He was a trailblazer who changed the game with his range and skill. He was a fierce competitor who had epic battles with Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and other legends. Now, what does Larry Bird have to do with Cooper Flagg? Well, Cooper is a lot like Larry Bird in many ways. He's a white boy who can shoot the lights out from anywhere on the court. He's a versatile player who can pass, rebound, and defend. And he's also a leader who can carry his team to victory. Cooper was born and raised in Newport, Maine, a small town with a population of less than 7,000 people. He started playing basketball at a young age and showed his talent and passion for the game. He attended Nokomis Regional High School, where he made history as a freshman. He was the first freshman ever to win the Maine Gatorade Player of the Year award, which is given to the best high school basketball player in the state. He put up insane numbers that year, averaging 20.5 points, 10 rebounds, 6.2 assists, 3.7 steals, and 3.7 blocks per game. He was a one-man wrecking crew on both ends of the floor. Flagg also led his team to the Class A state championship, where he had a dominant performance in the final game. He scored 22 points and grabbed 16 rebounds as Nokomis beat Falmouth High School by a score of 43-27. He was the undisputed king of Maine basketball, but he didn't stop there. He wanted to challenge himself and face tougher competition, so he decided to transfer to Montverde Academy in Florida, one of the best high school basketball programs in the nation. And that's where his journey to become the next big thing in basketball begins. Montverde Academy is a powerhouse in high school basketball. They have produced many NBA stars like Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, D'Angelo Russell, and RJ Barrett. They have also won multiple national championships and have been ranked as the #1 team in the country several times. Cooper joined Montverde Academy as a sophomore and immediately made an impact on the team. He played alongside some of the best high school talents in the nation, like Jalen Duren, Dariq Whitehead, and Caleb Houston. He also played against some of the best high school teams in the nation, like IMG Academy, Oak Hill Academy, and Sunrise Christian Academy. Cooper showed his skills and potential on the big stage. He played in the Nike Elite Youth Basketball League for the Florida Eagles, an amateur athletic union team affiliated with Montverde. He averaged 18 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks per game in the league. He also played in some of the most prestigious high school basketball events in the country. He was named the MVP of the Hoop Hall Classic after leading Montverde to a dominant win over La Lumiere Academy. He scored 21 points with 5 steals, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists in Montverde's 85-63 victory. He also was named a semi-finalist for the Naismith Prep Player of the Year award, which is given to the best high school basketball player in the country. Cooper has also represented Team USA. He represented the team at the FIBA Under-17 World Cup, where he was named to the All-Tournament team and the USA Basketball Male Athlete of the Year. He averaged 9.3 points, 10 rebounds, 2.9 blocks, and 2.4 steals per game as USA won the gold medal. He had a monster performance in the final game against Spain with 10 points, 17 rebounds, 8 steals, and 4 blocks. All of these achievements have made Cooper Flagg one of the most sought-after prospects in his class. He was ranked as the 3rd best prospect in the 2025 recruiting class by ESPN following his freshman season. He moved up to the 2nd spot in August 2022 after his performance in the Under-17 World Cup. Cooper has received many offers from college basketball programs across the country. He received his first offer from Bryant University when he was only in 8th grade. He has also received offers from Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina, Kansas, UCLA, Michigan State, and many more. Cooper had a stellar sophomore season at Montverde Academy and established himself as one of the best players in high school basketball. But he still has more to prove and more to improve. He still has 2 more years of high school basketball left before he could enter the NBA draft. So how good is Cooper Flagg really? Is he the next big thing in basketball? Is he worth all the hype? And what can we expect from him in the future? Now, before we go on, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our content. Cooper is a versatile and skilled player who can play multiple positions on both ends of the floor. He has a great combination of size, length, athleticism, and basketball IQ that makes him a nightmare matchup for any defender. On offense, he can score from anywhere on the court. He has a smooth jumper with a range that extends beyond the arc. He can also create his own shot off the dribble with his quickness and handles. He has a nice touch on his floaters and runners in the lane. He can also finish through contact or above the rim with his explosiveness and body control. Flagg is not just a scorer though. He's also a willing and capable passer who can find his teammates with his vision and unselfishness. He can operate as a point forward or a secondary playmaker on offense. He can initiate fast breaks or run pick and rolls with his ball handling and decision-making skills. On defense, Flagg is a versatile and disruptive defender who can guard multiple positions. He has great instincts and anticipation that allows him to rack up steals and blocks. He can switch on screens or rotate to help defense with his lateral quickness and footwork. He can even contest shots or protect the rim with his length and timing. He is also a relentless rebounder who can crash the boards on both ends of the floor. He uses his size and athleticism to outmuscle or outjump his opponents for rebounds. He can start fast breaks or get second chance points with his rebounding prowess. Strengths. Cooper has many strengths that make him a top prospect in his class. Flagg is versatile, and he can play multiple positions on both ends of the floor. He can adapt to any system or style of play with his skill set and physical tools. Scoring-wise, Flagg can score from anywhere on the court with efficiency and consistency. He has a diverse offensive arsenal that makes him hard to guard. He is also a great passer who can create for others with his vision and unselfishness. He can make plays for himself or his teammates with his ball handling and decision-making skills. In the defensive end, Flagg can guard multiple positions with effectiveness and intensity. He has great instincts and anticipation that allow him to disrupt plays with the steals and blocks. And he is also a great rebounder who can dominate the glass on both ends of the floor. He uses his size and athleticism to out-rebound his opponents. Weaknesses. Now, Cooper is not a perfect player though. He still has some weaknesses that he needs to work on to improve his game. He has a good jumper, but he still needs to improve his shooting mechanics and consistency from long range. He sometimes tends to rush or force his shots when he's not open or in rhythm. Cooper is also not a great free throw shooter yet. He needs to improve his free throw percentage and confidence from the line as he draws a lot of fouls with his aggressive style of play. Is Flagg NBA fit? Cooper Flagg has a lot of potential to be a star in the NBA if he continues to develop his game and work on his weaknesses. He has a rare combination of size, skill, athleticism, and IQ that makes him an ideal fit for today's NBA game. He could fit well on any NBA team that needs a versatile and talented wing player who can do it all on both ends of the floor. Cooper could play as a small forward or power forward depending on the lineup and matchup. Comparisons to Larry Bird. Now, Bird and Flagg are white players who stand at 6'8" tall with long arms and great basketball IQs. They are also versatile players who can play multiple positions on both ends of the floor. They are skilled players who can score from anywhere on the court with efficiency and consistency. However, there are also some differences between Bird and Flagg that make them unique players in their own right. Bird was more of a pure shooter than Flagg is at this stage of their careers. Bird had one of the best jumpers in NBA history with a range that extended beyond the arc before it was common practice. Bird was also more of a leader than Flagg is at this stage of their careers. Bird had one of the best competitive spirits in NBA history with an ability to elevate his game in clutch situations. Flagg is more athletic than Bird was at this stage of their career. He has more explosiveness and agility than Bird had, with an ability to finish above the rim or through contact. Flagg is also more defensive-minded than Bird was at this stage of their careers. Flagg had more potential to be an elite defender than Bird had, with an ability to guard multiple positions or protect the rim. Overall, Cooper is a fantastic prospect who has some similarities, but also some differences from Larry Bird. It's unfair to compare any young player to one of the greatest players of all time, but it's also flattering to see how much potential Cooper Flagg has as a basketball player. So what do you think, guys? Is Cooper Flagg the next Larry Bird, or is he just another hype machine? Let me know in the comments below what you think of this kid and his potential. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more NBA content. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.